It may not look it, but today is going to be a rather exciting day. Forget about the rain, forget about the unpleasantness, and concentrate on the new car that's arriving. Although it's actually rather difficult to forget about the rain at the moment because look at it, it's don't complain about the rain! You know what I'm trying to do down here? I'm trying to play my part in saving cars like this, like that one over there, so I can fully satisfy my quirky obsession with these things. With the rain comes a bit of cold as well, so if only there was something I could do about that, some sort of garment I could wear. The time is now 11:45. It's still raining. That means that Boaty will no doubt be quite a bit late. So, will I have time to fix Nigel's exhaust before he gets here? Fairly recently, this car started to blow a hole in its exhaust, the middle section to be exact, and I bodged it up, and it lasted for a while, and then it went unbodged, and now it needs fixing properly. Where's a nice piece of carpet when you want it? Normally it's everywhere. Today I've just got a couple of these little bits. What's rather disappointing here is that the majority of this midsection exhaust is actually really good. And here we have a donated piece of exhaust. This exhaust was gifted by the man from Allegro.
Everywhere.
Yeah. This way.
Here he comes. Hello, Mustard.
Oh yeah.
Hello. Hello. With it.
Better than silver.
Nothing is better than silver.
Ignition blue is. That there is Boaty, and this is our latest acquisition. It's not a Rover 45, but it is a Rover 400. Look at that, isn't it lovely? It does want a jolly good washy cleany thing, make this paint pop and shine and stuff. There's a nice original car with wheel trims on. We like it, don't we?
We do.
Yes, we do, don't we? We do.
And it's got a matching pair of Michelin on the rear axle and also matching tyres on the front axle. All in good condition, and the interior is just fabulous.
Paisley. We should call this car Ian. Can you? Boaty has a little name suggestion for this car, and you may notice that the names have gone less stupid recently and more just full-on proper names from men that we actually like or respect. So this one's going to be called
Roger Whittaker.
No.
Oh.
Listen to this door shut sound. That is excellent. This is this kind of yeah. When Rover was still making proper cars, they were the kind of sound you'd get. I mean, this was a really good car at the time. It's a good car now, and look at this engine bay. It's actually clean. And I always bang on about seeing some good honest dirt everywhere, but that's actually really impressive. I think it's good honest clean as well, not tarted up clean. So yeah, that's really good. Did you like that?
I didn't hear it.
Let's see if this door sounds as good. Not as good. Good enough though. I think what we'll be doing is going out for a little drive in this just to see what it's like. But we have been assured that it drives absolutely spot on. And you know what? I believe it will do.
Sir?
Right, now shut up and listen.
Yes, sir.
We are in a 400 HHR, not a 45, even though the cars look very similar, but they're not the same, and the steering is different. The steering's much tighter on these, you get much smaller turning circle. That's the first fact that you need to know about, should you need to know about it. And the second is that this car is going to be called Ian Paisley.
I approve of that, actually.
Because of the Paisley seats.
Yes.
And the Kingfisher blue, which is more like green, which of course is Irish. And
Yes.
because the back box is blowing ever so slightly, making it a bit of a gobshite.
A tenor says you don't leave that in your video. It's staying in mine.
It's staying in mind, fella.
I would just like to slightly refine that name by correctly adding the title, the Reverend Ian Paisley.
Thank you.
That's the one.
And back to me, where I can tell you that this car does drive absolutely straight. There's no horrible noises or anything except that back box.
I said that we were going around to the left when you said that.
Right, okay, thank you for that. That does help, believe it or not.
No, no, I
Oh
don't.
yeah, it really does help.
No. Oh, mustard and boaty speak Italiano.
So,
Bastardo e batato parlo italiano. Mi sono italiano in spirito. Video mare quanto vedo. Ci vedo tanta sentimentale. Ci voce del mandoletta nata.
all very useful as part of this video. So you
Yes,
agree.
indeed. Do carry on.
The brakes are good.
Excellent.
Good. The gear change is slick and as it should be. It is basically,
Is it skick slick?
yeah,
Oh, right.
I like it.
Okay.
I like it. It's good. Is it quick though?
Well, no, it's a 414.
But so what? Sometimes the 1.4 is quite good. And that felt like it picked up without any kind of hesitation, deviation or repetition.
Excellent.
Do you agree?
Yeah, and I have heard that when it comes to power, less is more.
Yeah.
City Rover, he genuinely had, I lost it. I feel immediately at home. It feels comfortable. It feels familiar. And familiarity, they say, can breed contempt. One of the most comfortable driving positions that you will achieve. It might sound like a given, but it's actually not. I've driven many gearboxes absolutely perfectly and seamlessly.
Bit jerky though.
No, it wasn't.
It was.
No, it wasn't.
I'm sat in the passenger seat and I can feel it.
That was you jerking yourself on. Never been used. And once again, the car feels incredibly tight, as you'd expect from a deed. They will basically have won the lottery of life. I can barely begin to tell you the joy that this car will impart into somebody's existence.
Are you saying this is the best car ever?
Yes.
What, this car or the 400?
This car.
You really are selling it before we've even put it for sale, aren't you?
It's about telling the truth. As I say, whoever ends up with this car will have won the lottery of life. Now, let's imagine that it's a person for whom existence has been unremarkable. If you owned this car, you would never question your existence. You would never question anything about the world. You would just be so joyful that there was a world, that there was a you, that you were in the world and that you owned this car. And you would just walk around permanently clutching your little tinkle. I mean,
Hedgehog of truth. Now then, back to the new car today, which has been lovingly called the Noisy Irishman. Ian Paisley, the Reverend Ian Paisley. This car's very nice, but what it does need is a wash, because the paint isn't looking at its best at all. So I'm going to give it a quick wash and a quick clay bar, and I'm sure it will be much better. That was the quickest wash, clay bar and wax over that I've ever done. Just in time for it to start raining on it. So in the time it took you to switch this computer on, I washed, clay barred and waxed the car.
yeah, that's absolutely correct.
Mustard and Balti are actually properly cracking on and doing stuff now. We've been busy all day with this kind of thing. He's going to take care of the advert. I'm going to do a no-nonsense sales pitch video tomorrow. That's it. That's his test drive over with. As you can see then, I am taking Ian Paisley home. Not many people can say that, can they? It's a lovely little car. Boaty and I both agree this is such a nice little car. That back box needs sorting out, of course, because that's a bit on the noisy side. But besides that, it's great. And it does look a lot nicer for having a wash and a clay bar and a wax. Oh, by the way, his MGF that he brought down for MOT today, that passed. So basically a full day of exciting and positive things. Thank you. 50,000 miles. 50,000 miles.
That's all it's done.
That's all it's done.
It's a very low mileage car. The interior is testament to the low mileage. And I took a moment to look at the MOT history of this vehicle. And in recent years, this has been doing a mere few hundred miles per year. And that is a very small amount of miles for a car to do.
It is, yeah.
And
what would a large amount by any chance?
A large amount would be in excess of 21,344.
Every year?
Yeah.
That would be quite a large.
That would be a large
amount. I agree with you there.
And in my experience, it's by only doing a relatively small number of miles per year that helps make a car a low mileage example. You very seldom see low mileage cars that have done enormously and inordinately high mileages during each 12 calendar month period.
Is that a coincidence, you reckon?
I genuinely don't think it is. I think that there is a logistical...
That's one for you.
Well, I was just thinking that sometimes when it comes to weight, more is more.